Nina snorts and Kit just losing her mind. It's always good. Welcome back to Tails of Equestria, the My Little Pony RPG that I'm playing with my good friends Kit, Martina, and Nina, of course, as well. And the party have been going through, the party of ponies have been sent on a quest to find a number of fillies, including the Cutie Mark Crusaders, young ponies who have gone missing. And their investigations have led them to the rather spooky Grey Windsor Manor, where they have encountered the Giggling Ghost, who has done a lot of efforts to try and play mean-spirited pranks or to otherwise infuriate and kind of potentially drive our pony party away. And they have recently gone upstairs where the Giggling Ghost led them into a sewing room, then promptly pushed one of them inside, locked the door, and a dress mannequin has come to life in all of its awkward, weird, quirky Silent Hill nurse movements. And that is pretty much where we let it. It was chasing after Honeymoon. That was a Yogscast thing that just came into my brain. That's funny.
That's ace.
That's ace. Honeymoon. It was chasing after Honeymoon, trying to claw her clock amulet away from her.
I really took it, didn't it?
I'm just waiting for the snort.
It's not gonna end if that begins.
Oh, alright, okay, got it out.
So the mannequin is kind of almost trotting after Honeymoon, trying to grab the clock amulet around its thing, and you're kind of keeping it away. Yeah. And you can, like I said, it's kind of got like a sewn, sad mouth on its around its muzzle, but most of its joints are connected by like these pivots and cogs and things like that. So it has an awkward time of moving around. I mean, I'm drinking Coke. We just had lunch.
Get it out, son.
Get it out of the system. And so, what would each of you like to do? The room itself is full of like old dress rails, but they've just got empty hangers on them. You can see that there's fabric scattered around, there's a sewing machine, there's ribbons and buttons in like little boxes, but the room is kind of cluttered of these dress rails and all the fabric and things like that. And this mannequin is chasing after Honeymoon like.
Okay, I'm just talking to it. It's okay. I can't give you my clock. It's mine. Why do you want it? Why are you sad?
It like looks at you and its kind of body turns a little bit and it just kind of gestures to the clock amulet and then it kind of just gestures towards that, really.
Okay.
I think it wants to be dressed up.
Oh.
It doesn't have any clothing on it. It is like a bare mannequin with all of its joints showing and things like that.
Good idea, Lilypod. Let's dress him.
Okay, what are you going to do?
Music montage. Picking up dresses.
There are no dresses in the room. There's just fabric.
Oh, it's just fabric. Right, we got to make a dress.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, so I can stick it with my bubble gums and somebody makes a dress.
We could use flowers.
Flowers, that'd be cute.
Can you just to see if we're on the right track, can you put some flowers on this mannequin's head, see if it makes me any happier?
Yeah.
It looks and it kind of like looks over it and like
Don't
awkwardly
get
trots
spooky, it's
over
just
and
trying
gets
to
really
play.
close.
Okay. Right.
It's a simple task.
Roll again.
You've got your you do actually, yeah. Because you're thing.
5.
Okay, so that was with your one thing I've slightly gotten wrong. So when you're using your spell, you just roll a spell dice. You don't roll both. Same with like if you're flying, if you're using bubblegum, you just use that dice. If it's only that thing.
Okay.
So if you were using it to say like I want to grab a creature or like I want to help escape a creature by growing some flowers underneath it, you get both. If you're just trying to do that one thing, you just get that dice. But it's still fine. You basically like get some seeds from your pouch, you kind of put them around and you kind of unicorn magic, your horn glows and the flowers all begin to bud and bloom and it kind of creates like a lovely flower crown and the pony kind of like the mannequin like looks up and it nods its head and it trots over to like the fabric and then it kind of rubs its hoof along the fabric and then it kind of trots back onto the pedestal and then takes a pose and then looks around at you three.
Oh, it's happy now. I think let's make a nice dress with the bubble gum. Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
just like stick it together.
Yeah. Or you could make the shape of a dress. You could like
maybe it can't tell different types of clothing. What if we just chuck a
I mean,
fabric
this one
on
in
it?
particular is already posing, so maybe it's just happy as it is.
Yeah.
It like looks at you.
Are you happy?
Hi, friend.
Do you want to...
Still got the sad face.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, let's make a dress.
Well, let me just try, and just in case it's easier, I just throw a single sheet of fabric over the top of it.
It kind of like looks around, it moves, and the fabric just falls off basically as it
Okay,
moves
not
around, and it just shakes its head.
Okay. Does anybody know how to sew? Does anybody know how to make
You
pretty
guys can
things?
try, and if you don't know what to do, you can work on it, all three of you together.
Maybe we could all work on it. Like we could all work on it together with the power of friendship.
I mean, yes!
Yeah,
Yeah,
do you
we
want
can
to
do this.
you can
Yeah.
all spend a friendship token, and so working together, so you're going to pass this to me. Don't throw
Oh,
them.
that wasn't a good idea.
Don't throw them.
wasn't
Pass them nicely.
My bad.
You basically all three of you spend some time. You're not quite sure how to sew a dress, but you've seen dresses and you know what they look like, and you vaguely know how sewing machines work. And the three of you together actually managed to make quite a nice form-fitting dress. You kind of the mannequin comes up and you measure it and you shape it. You make it like little cuffs and like little bangles to go around its thing with the flowers, and it's got the flower crown. And as soon as it's fully dressed, the kind of sewn-on smile turns up into a happy face, and it just nods its head and it kind of walks up and it nuzzles some of you, like it kind of like rubs its head next to you,
So cute.
and it follows you. And it seems to basically it just like nods and it follows you around.
We've got a new friend.
Yes.
It does seem that it is willing to kind of come with you, and it walks up and it goes up to the door, which was locked, and you can see that it seems quite strong because it just goes boom, and the door opens, and it trots out.
Okay, wait.
It turns around,
You look so pretty right now.
and it kind
So
of like
pretty.
makes a nice little prancing motion.
I kind of feel like we should take a picture of you. Have you perchance seen a tiny, tiny pony carrying a camera around here? Okay.
But
Never mind
it
then.
does then not. It kind of shakes its head, then nods its head, and then heads out of the room.
Okay, I follow.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just follow.
So
see
it
where
heads
it's
down the corridor and stops in front of this small door in the corner. And as it does, and the three of you follow, you watch as the ghost, the giggling ghost, phases out of the door with its arms folded, kind of making a pouty, angry face. And it looks at you, and then it looks at the mannequin, all dressed up really nicely. You've obviously put a lot of time and effort into making this thing. And it kind of looks at the three of you, and then it floats back in, and you can now, as you kind of get closer to the door, you can hear faint kind of music, like that old-timey music, but you can also hear laughing. You can also hear, like, not giggling, like, haha, like multiple voices. Oh, that's very good. Now you take your turn, like whispers coming through. What's that? Oh, okay, all right. And then the door opens, and standing in front of you is a real pony, not a ghost.
Oh.
You see a young earth pony about your age. She's got cream skin with a green and grey mane. She has like big bags under her eyes, but she looks a little bit kind of spacey. And you can see that her cutie mark is a teacup with mystical swirls around it. And behind her, playing some sort of connecting, like you drop little tokens and they make a line board game, is three fillies, Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, and Apple Bloom. So these three, the Cute Mark Crusaders, are playing a game, and one of them is like, Scootaloo, you're cheating, and like Sweetie Belle like shoves her in, and she's like, no, I'm not, and they're arguing. And you can see that the whole room behind them is a board game room. Like there's big comfy cushions, there's chess sets, there's shelves full of board games. And they're happily playing these games together. And this pony like looks, and she's suddenly startled, and you can see that around her wrist she's got around her hoof she's got like a bangle with a little green star, and she's like, hi.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, Gail told me that some ponies were here. But we're not used to visitors. Nobody comes here. I'm Tealeaves. Hello.
Oh,
Hi, Tealeaves.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you like some tea?
What kind do you have?
Your own? We just got it from the kitchen 2 doors ahead.
Oh, well, yes, come in. No, I should make you tea. You don't seem you don't seem very mean. Gale, and she like looks up and the ghost kind of materializes and the ghost kind of like floats next to her. And she's like, oh, now you haven't been mean to these ponies, have you, Gale? And Gale kind of like looks and she kind of folds her arms and it's just like...
Well.
It's just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Gale's very protective of me. I used to, when I was younger, there was quite a few mean colts and fillies that were they were a bit bullies. And ever since, I mean, I don't get on very well with others. I'm always been a bit strange, and so Gale doesn't really like visitors coming to the house.
It's understandable.
You must be, you're not related to these three, are you? And the fillies are in the back, and they look up and they're like, hi! And Appleblom's like, howdy! And like gives you a little wave. Are y'all from Ponyville?
I give them
Where the hell have you guys been? Everybody's worried about you. Oh my god, everybody's freaking out. We need to get you back right now.
I was like, what? People are worried about us? And Applebloom's eyes go wide.
A bunch of
How long?
ponies.
Oh, we've been here all day. And they kind of seem to kind of have this realization. And Tealeaves looks and she's like, I'm so sorry. I found them coming into the house last night. And I should probably... And she kind of leans in. There was something quite dangerous out in the Everfree Forest last night. And I didn't think it was a good idea for them to be outside. So I told them to stay with me. There's also something else we should talk about. But you should come and speak to the fillies first. And she kind of trots inside.
There are only 3 of them there, yeah?
Yes, there are only 3 of them.
So
Right.
there's 2 more missing.
And Scooter looks, she's like, wow, yeah, we came looking for Diamond Tiara and her friend, and we couldn't find them, and then Tealeaves came and found us, and she said it was getting dark, so should we come inside? And she had cake, and then we played some games, and there was like a game with dice and soldier ponies, and we moved them around, and blah, blah, and she's just like waffling away, like just
that sounds
speaking
like fun.
super quickly.
Can I join
It was
you
like
guys?
super fun. Huh?
Can I join you guys? It sounds like fun.
Yeah, and like they're just like, yeah, we're playing Connect Discs, and like they go
Awesome.
over and like they're basically playing.
Yeah, I just totally forgotten what
And you
we're
just
doing.
stop playing.
It's like, games.
Yeah, they like show you, they teach you the game and stuff like that, and immediately you're pretty sure that you've got the rules, that they're putting the rules in their favour so that they win.
Yeah.
And yeah, they start chatting away, and Tealeaves turns to the 2 of you and it's just like, yes, it was quite dangerous for them to be outside. Gale was there was something out in the woods that she really didn't like, and generally Gale's very understanding of these things. I should probably say, she's not a ghost, by the way. And she's, I believe that she's some sort of remnant of a magical spirit. I'm really interested in that sort of thing. And I sometimes looking in my cups and I can see various magical things going on, even though I'm an earth pony. And no, she's some sort of perhaps a residual spell or guardian that the manor once had.
Oh. Is that the lock? Is that what she's got a lock?
The key, it's the master
The
key
key,
for the
yeah.
house, so she kind of is the protector.
Oh.
My family inherited the house from its original builder, Grey Windsor. He didn't take very kindly to Gale. He thought that the house was haunted. But my family inherited it, and me and Gale get on wonderfully, so my parents let me stay here. I don't really go, they're sort of adventurers. They go all around Equestria finding artifacts and things. I just like being around my books and tea, really. And she just kind of smiles. And anyway, and let me get my emergency cups. And she goes over to the board game, and you can see that she's got like a little tea set that she brings out, and she takes the tea from you and starts heating it up with like a little burner kettle, and she pours out, cups of tea, and she pours little ones for the fillies as well.
Oh, thank you so much. But I saw downstairs in the dining room there was like this lovely cake, and I was wondering.
Yes, we should go and get the cake. I forgot the cutlery is always very important. It didn't do anything rude to you, did it?
No.
Quite a few guests have come by, and if you eat and don't say thank you, the cutlery gets quite angry and will often throw things at you.
We dodged a bullet there. Oh my goodness.
She's just like, yes, Gale, would you mind? It's the least you can do for these ponies after you've probably been pranking them. And Gale's just like, and floats down and goes down, and then quickly returns up the stairs through the door, levitating a cake with telekinesis, putting it down, and it slices up, and you guys have cake. You can all regain 1 stamina. Have a lovely cup of tea and some cake.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait.
What were your names? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm Bubblegum Blossom.
Lovely to meet you.
I'm Honeymoon. It's very nice to make your acquaintance.
Oh, lovely to meet you, Honeymoon.
I'm Lilypod.
Oh, hello. And she like bows her head. Well, I'm Tealeaves, like I said. And yes, this is my family home. Bubblegum Blossom, would you mind playing with the Crusaders for a moment?
Okay.
Fantastic. And they're like, yeah, we'll show you another game. And they pull you over to like a big stack of board games, and they get one which is like Twister, and they start setting that up and playing it.
Oh, my hoof.
And,
I can't stretch that far.
yeah, there's like a lot of that, and they're like, come on, you can do it. And they're spinning it. Spin it, sweetie belle. Right hoof blue. And
That's
stuff.
impossible.
And Tealeaves turns to the two of you and is just like, you come with me. There was another filly that I found, well, a colt really, but something's a bit wrong. You need to come with me. And she trots and she leaves the games room and heads over to the other side, and she opens up a door into a bedroom, and you can see that laying on top of a bed is a young boy pony, a colt. He's kind of got mousy brown hair. He looks quite slim and quite spindly for like his age and size. And his cutie mark is actually of a kind of a very fragile looking heart with like little shaky lines around it. I found this poor little fellow out in the grounds a couple of nights ago, but nothing I do will wake him up. It's like he's not there, but he's warm, but I don't really understand. I've been consulting my books, but then that's when the others three turned up, and, well, Gale was so scared of whatever it was outside, I just thought I'd better look after them, really. I don't know if any of you know anything of this sort of thing, but I just couldn't figure it out. The poor boy, I found him out in the cold rain.
Is there anything that I might know?
You can make a mind test.
Okay. Okay.
You're the most knowledgeable one, and you are a unicorn.
2.
There's obviously perhaps something a little bit magical. Like he's warm. He's not, nothing bad's happened to him. He doesn't look hurt in any way. Very shallow breathing, but yeah, just can't seem to wake him up. You maybe if you did some research, there were some books or something like that, you might be able to figure things out a little bit better.
You said that you're interested in magic and.
Well, ever since meeting Gale, it was meeting Gale where I earned my cutie mark, really. I love obscure and strange things, so I love reading about monsters or legends and that sort of thing.
I noticed you've got a great library downstairs.
Yes, it was originally created by Great Windsor, but we've added to it ever since.
Would you mind if I had a look through? I might be able to find something.
Oh, no, that's a wonderful idea. I didn't have any time. Why don't me and you go down and we see if we can find something? Yes, I think that the rest of the house, you're more than welcome to stay here for a moment, and if you need anything. Gale, make sure that anybody needs it, and the ghost kind of floats through and like shakes her head. But this is kind of like just like floats around. And yeah, she just turns to the two of you. The fillies are babbling away, and they're just like, they turn to the two of you, and Applebloom is just like, y'all haven't seen Diamond Tiara or found any of the others, have you? We've been searching and we couldn't find them. But we knew that Stutterheart was trying to, he asked Diamond Tiara to help him overcome his fear of ghosts, so that's when we figured that they may have come here. But we couldn't find them, and Tealeaves says she hasn't seen them.
Oh yeah, we were doing that, weren't we? I don't really know what else to add.
You sure say a lot. You're like my brother Big Mac.
He's really worried, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we should get back to Ponyville. But we can't go until we find Diamond Tiara and the others.
We will.
We can help you. We're friends of Princess Twilight, and they start babbling.
Stop
we did
right
this,
there,
and then
too.
we went to the Equestria Games, and we waved the flag, and then Scootaloo comes in, and it's just like, yeah, my friend Rainbow Dash is the best. She's the fastest flyer.
And I just shove
Bubblegum.
3 of my gums in each of their mouths. Like, shut the fudge up.
They go quiet.
I want to go back to the room with the sleepy ponies.
The boy, yeah, you
yeah.
go in there, yeah, and he's just like laying on the bed. The dress mannequin is following you, and it's just like looks down and.
I'm just gonna cuddle next to it and fall asleep.
Yeah, you just kind of lay down next to it.
I'm waiting
you have a nap.
for Lilliput
Lilliput's going to wake you up.
and Tealeaves to come back with books.
Okay.
So
You guys go down, and after spending a bit of time, Tealeaves is like, oh, now this could be something, and she hands it over to you. I'm not a unicorn, so I don't really know magic, but look at this, and she kind of gestures. There's a bunch of spells here which might be similar, and you look through the list, and...
Bless you.
It's a really
Bless
good
you.
You look through the book, and there's a number of spells in there, and you recognise one that describes some of the similar effects. It's in Star Swirl's Spirit Guide, a book that the Crusaders had. and it explains that there are powerful spirits, magical spirits, that can separate a pony's spirit from their body. And that can leave them in a catatonic state that resembles sleep. The pony's still alive and is fine, but their spirit may become lost or disorientated and that sort of thing. And reading through this, Tealeaves grows a bit alarmed, and she's just like, now hang on a moment, and she flicks through a few pages. Oh dear, this is related to spirits of the Everfree Forest. I wonder if something's come out of there and hurt the poor boy. I wonder if maybe I found him just outside in the grounds near the gardens. I wonder if his spirit's got lost out there somewhere.
We should go and have a look.
Oh, should I come with you or?
Well, it may not be safe if you prefer to stay here. I understand that would be.
Should I look after the fillies, the crusaders?
It's probably better if we don't lose any more of them.
Yes, I think that's good. They're very rambunctious. I've been really trying to distract them. They keep wanting to go and rescue their friends, so I've been cakes and bedtime stories and board games, but I'm running out of things to do. So the quicker I think we can act, but I don't want them running off and doing something silly. Let me give you something. If there is dangerous spirits out there, you should have this. And she takes off her bracelet and she hands it to you. This has been in the Grey Windsor family for a while. You can give it back to me, but just for the time being, you should look after this. And it is a sleek silver bangle with a small green gemstone in the shape of a star. And being a unicorn, you can tell that there is clearly something magical about it.
Okay.
And basically, while you wear it, you can't be possessed by any evil spirits, and you can re-roll 1 die once per day without spending a friendship token.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Are we heading towards the forest? Like where? Was it the Everfree Forest?
Everfree Forest is right on the border. Yeah.
Is that where
there
all
is a garden attached to the manor as well.
Is that where all the spooks is happening?
There is a lot of the Everfree Forest is kind of known for being full of evil creatures and spirits and weird stuff. It's not always necessarily evil. It's sometimes just weird.
Just because I'm thinking back to the map and it's circled, and the Legends of Equestria speaks of a certain beast in the Everfree Forest, could that be linked?
The apple bloom and they come out. Right, we don't think the cute and groom, but we don't think it's the god. We don't know. And they're chewing, blowing bubbles.
I heard that.
So yeah, Tealeaves and Lillipod come back upstairs. You find Honeymoon napping next to the unconscious boy, unconscious
Sort
colt.
of prod her awake.
I check my time.
It is nighttime.
Oh, see? I just needed a nap.
You feel refreshed, ready to go.
Let's do this. So, what's the plan?
Well, it's good to have you back with us.
Okay. Yes. So,
I don't know what to do.
I think that whatever happened to this poor colt will probably hold a number of answers. If we can wake him up, he'll probably be able to tell us what happened to this other pony, this diamond tiara.
have you tried with tea?
I've tried everything. I've tried herbal teas, I've tried smelling salts. Nothing seems... But we've discovered a spell.
It sounds as though we're not going to be able to wake him up until we can restore his spirit to his body. It sounds as though something might have separated them.
There are spirits, magical spirits, that have the ability to kind of push your
Bless you.
spirit out of your body, and I think that might have been what happened.
Well, how do we get a hold of the spirit then?
Well, I imagine that he probably couldn't have gone very far. He was probably quite confused. Now, the gardens at the back of the manor are a little overgrown, and they do border on the Everfree, so I'm not sure how safe they'll be, but it's probably likely that he'll run there.
Okay, I think we should go. I just have one tiny favor to ask.
Yes, of course.
No blame, I'm not pointing fingers, but on our way up here, my lamp managed to run out of juice.
Oh, I might have some batteries around.
Thank you.
Especially as it's getting dark out. Let me see if I can find you anything.
Thank you
she
so much.
Goes rooting around. She's like, well, I don't have any batteries, but I do have this old little flashlight that you can take with you.
Thank you.
And I don't know if it'll be any use, but Grey Windsor had some of his old adventuring gear still here. And there is a rope. There is where is it? A shovel and a telescope.
Okay. Could I interject? Do you have any bubble gum?
I might have some around
If
here
I
somewhere.
Could
Yes. She
borrow
goes around.
some?
She looks around and she does eventually find some bubblegum. And with this, with you guys kind of agreeing to go on this, she has a stick of 5. A little
Thanks.
packet of 5 bubblegum.
Oh, that's...
But I tell you what, I think you probably have to give up a friendship token for her to have that to hand. Because it's not the kind of thing that she would normally carry.
Oh, I can't take a bubble gum.
Why? She will happily give it
Because
to you.
it's tasty, delicious treat. I don't want to take all the tasty, delicious treats from
Might
her.
need
Okay,
a
well, it's up
friend,
to you. You just have to spend one friendship token.
Just do it.
Okay, well, the
Or-
bubblegum might help us find our missing friends, so I will pay you one day.
Okay.
If I could have those, I'll make sure to give you back the tasties.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah, she takes that.
I want to give the flashlight to
5.
Lillipod
Okay.
so you don't get scared of the dark.
Thank you.
You can keep it. I can see in the dark. It's fine. And
With my hooves.
and how do you like this telescope?
I would like the telescope very much.
You can have it then.
Well, thank you.
I'll keep the rope just in case I need to lift any of you from a high height. And you seem quite strong. Would you like the shovel?
Sure.
Earth pony, get digging.
Fine.
Even just to
So
carry.
there you go. You have a shovel now. And then
Amazing.
the last thing that I'm going to say is you guys get to level up.
Woo!
It's level 2. So
Okay,
the
what
way that you
happens?
level up is you can upgrade one of the die values among your 3 types. So pick body, mind, and charm, and you can increase it by 1 step. So a D6 would go to a D8, a D10, D8 would go to a D10, etc.
Okay.
So you get to do that.
I'm going to upgrade.
With an eraser. Which one do I do?
I'm going to upgrade my body.
Oh goodness.
So
Even though it's
you're going
D8.
to exchange that for the D10,
Yeah.
the 10-sided dice.
Is that it?
Yes.
No, it's
Yep,
not.
that's the one. Yep, it's got a 0, which is the 10.
Oh, I see. Cool.
I'm going to upgrade mind to
Okay, to
D8.
D8. Yeah, perfect.
I did the same.
Okay, perfect. So alongside that, you upgraded your body, didn't you,
Yes.
Nina? Okay, so in that case, you get to go up by... Oh, so it's the sum of your body and mind values. So your is a D10, right?
Yep.
And then what's your mind?
4.
A D4. So you have 14 stamina now.
Ooh.
So, and everybody goes back to max stamina. So you get your maximum stamina back.
Okay.
So your hit points will
14.
reset, basically.
Buffers.
And then if you guys increased your mind stat or body stat, it goes up by 2 for each of you as well. So it goes to
stamina.
12 for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So each of you get 2 more stamina, and then
Even we did the mind.
if you did mind, because it's the sum of mind and body equals your
Okay,
total
gotcha.
thing. So if it's like a D8 and a D6,
Okay.
or a 2D6s, it would go to 12, etc.
Okay.
And then finally, so all of the talents you used during the adventure, which I'm pretty sure all of you did use your talents, it increases by a value. So your night owl won't, Martina, because that's kind of factored into your other
flying
ones
would.
anyway. Your flying does.
Okay.
Your telekinesis and plant growing would. Your bubble blowing.
So it
yeah,
goes
I
up to
didn't
D8?
use my
You
stuff.
didn't use stout heart though, so that doesn't go up. So
So
it would go up to D8s, yeah. But don't forget, if you increased your mind, right?
Yes.
So when you during the day,
Yeah,
that would
I've
still be a D4. But
noted it.
at night, it would be a D8.
Yeah. Now
as well.
I can go lower than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then so you increase all of the ones that you used automatically. Oh, okay. So you can either upgrade a talent you did not use or learn something new. So you could learn a new spell, for example, or like from one of the books. And it would make sense that the books in here either about botany or thingy or gardening or tea, or you can pick up something else. It could be anything you can think of that you would have learnt throughout this first half of the adventure. So you were quite brave, Bubblegum Blossom, so you could improve your stout heart because you've become more brave.
yeah.
Yeah, so you can increase that to a D8,
Yeah.
so you get to improve that one. And then honeymoon.
I don't know because I don't really have. I mean, I have night owl and flying.
I think that you were quite good at talking to, you tried to like calm everything down.
Maybe I can get less stupid during the day. Just a little.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can say
maybe
that, yeah.
I can I can negotiate. Not negotiate, but like.
I think like the
Talk
way
to
like
people.
calming demeanor or something like that.
Okay,
So
okay.
you can learn a new one, which will be a D4. It starts off as a D4.
Can
So
I call the
whenever you try and-
talent chill pill?
Chill pill,
Awesome.
sure. So whenever you try and talk to people, you can roll a D4 as well. And
Awesome.
what about you, Lilypod?
Is there any way that I could like maybe hear plants talking?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
You can speak to plants. Speak with plant.
Speak with plant.
I mean, there is a speak with animal talent, so I think speak with plant.
That's a good
Makes sense.
idea for the garden. Genius.
And also, if we're going into the forest,
Yeah.
Makes
Definitely.
is that just a D6? That one?
It doesn't actually have a dice value, so this is just
Okay.
you can try and use charm to persuade them, but generally it just means you can talk to plants.
Okay. Well,
But they can talk back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll put charm there as like a.
and it might not be like a full conversation. It might
It's-
just be
it's-
like empathy kind of thing. Like you can get their
Yeah.
general vibe and stuff like that, but you can hear back from them.
Cool.
Fantastic. So you all level up, and Tealeaves leads you downstairs. Giggling Gale seems to entertain the fillies for a time being, while Tealeaves kind of takes you downstairs and leads you to a secret back door that leads out into the gardens from the study and from the kitchen. Sorry, and she takes you down, opens the door, and you can see that the gardens spread out quite far. They are quite overgrown, and they look a little bit ramshackle. But there is a signpost in the middle which seems to point to all the main points of interest. And Tealeaves points out, it's like, well, there's a number of places that the young Stutterheart might have ran to. There is a hedge maze in the gardens, there's a greenhouse, a duck pond, and an old tool shed as well. Any of those four he might have run to. They might provide a place for him to calm down or get his wits about him, but I wouldn't know where to start. Do be careful though, with the Everfree Forest so close. Some strange things do occasionally happen. We get some strange animal visitors from time to time, so just be careful please. And I'll keep the young fillies safe here until you get
Please
back.
look after the sleepy boy.
Oh yes, of course, yes, absolutely. Well, good luck. And then she kind of like trots back in and heads upstairs. And so yeah, the choice is, where do you guys want to go?
We don't have any clues on particular directions.
I will point out that weather-wise, it is extremely windy. There is still rain. You can still occasionally hear like thunder, like.
Let's
It
go
is
in the
getting
greenhouse.
dark now.
Okay.
Shelter? I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking, I mean, it is just a spirit, but instinctively maybe I was gonna look for shelter if the weather was like this.
Yeah.
So we could check out the tool shed or the greenhouse.
Which one?
Greenhouse seems closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a very.
I know.
That
Oh
is not retrospective of
That's-
the
It
distance.
sounds prettier.
Yeah, sure. You guys can
Yes.
go to the greenhouse. So you make your way. The greenhouse is fairly overgrown. You can see that it's got lots of strange-looking plants on the inside, which have all grown up on the inside quite heavily. Around it, there is patches of like a very rough-looking briar growing. This kind of thorny vines kind of sprouting from the ground, and they seem to writhe a little bit in the wind. And yeah, you make your way over to there, and looking around. Looking through the window panes, it just seems to be full of plants, but you can see some sort of shape moving around in there.
Flashlight?
I think I saw something.
I hold the lantern up, but
Oh,
it's shaking a bit.
Yes, I'm making a lantern instead of a torch. It's much cuter.
That's fine, yeah,
Thanks.
sure.
It's okay. It's all good. There's many plants here. Would you like to ask them if they've seen anything? I mean, I think I can see something moving, but you know,
Okay.
you can do this.
So you're gonna head
if I
inside?
go and, can I stick my head in?
You stick your
Through
head
the
in, and on either side of your large ferns, you can see that there are various like tea bushes, but there's also strange, more exotic plants with big petals, some of which look a little bit spooky in the night with the kind of like silhouetted in the shadow, like some of them with big sort of like thorny kind of like big leaf fronds. And as you kind of poke your head in, what do you say?
So, has anybody seen they're just plants. They're just plants. Has anybody
The
seen
fern on your left. Careful.
Oh.
He's angry.
Oh.
Okay.
Another plant, sort of like a little daisy plant, kind of whispers just like, oh, he doesn't like ponies much.
I'm not a pony. It's fine.
Maybe Honeymoon, you should go in and... After all, you are a small horse.
I'm a small horse, yes.
So you're gonna head inside. Okay.
What's that? That's adorable.
So when you head inside, you see that there is a writhing kind of pink flowered, but with almost like what are they called, stems, like black stems kind of poking out. And as Honeymoon steps inside, you watch as the base begins to writhe and squirm, and it kind of snaps its head around. And Lillipod, you hear sort of like, "Ride a red pony." Nom, 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 nom. And its fronds start moving, and you can see it's kind of almost got like Venus flytrap sort of like mouth.
We can't speak to it, so it's all down to
I
you,
was going to say, can I see it's a plant from
Yeah,
this
it's
distance?
definitely a plant.
Oh,
It's
okay.
You notice it's an offshoot of the tatzelworm, which is a dangerous plant out in the Badlands that comes alive. This looks like maybe a different genus, a different sort of species of that plant.
Okay.
It looks very much like a big Venus flytrap, a little bit like a Seymour from Little Pet Shop, with a big sort of like nom 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 mouth. And he's kind of like his vine tendrils are kind of moving around, reaching out for things. You don't get the impression that it knows where Honeymoon is, but it's looking for her. It's like,
Okay.
I'm really dark, and so I'm just gonna crouch down.
try and
A little
hide.
bit, yeah.
When you give me a body test to see how well you're hidden.
okay.
And then what are you doing, Lillipod?
Can I speak to him?
What do you want to say?
We're sorry to bother you. We just wanted to ask if you might have seen the spirit of a young colt around here. We're looking for our friend.
A vine wraps around Honeymoon's leg, and you feel it like go taut. It's like, "Murr, haven't seen little pony. Don't like pony. Want food. Haven't eaten so long.
What do you eat?
Food."
I quickly interject, stick my head through the door. I'm like, somebody's hungry. Somebody wants tasties. I unwrap my little bubblegum wrapper and I throw it into its mouth.
Okay. So when you give me just a pure body test to see how well you throw it.
3.
Okay. So it kind of you throw it and you can see it spinning in the air and it's not going to land in its mouth.
I'm just imagining it in slow-mo. Whoa!
Yeah, it's just like,
Is there any way that I might be able to catch it and just finish it off with magic?
I would say if you spend a friendship token, you can absolutely tip it.
Yes.
You can magically go like,
Yes.
So you spend the token and you kind of, with unicorn magic, you blast it with a bit of telekinesis and it boink and it sticking and its mouth, it's some sort of enzyme with the plant. It just goes super sticky and it's
I feel kind of bad.
and it kind of like lets go of Honeymoon and it starts trying to get the vines in its
I
mouth.
fly high
You
as
just
high as
fly
I can
up.
inside the greenhouse, see if I
Okay.
can spot anything else.
Inside the greenhouse, you can only fly up so high because it's not very tall.
Yeah.
Looking around, you can see that there's somebody came in here and knocked over some plant pots and things like that.
Okay.
But there's another door and there's little. I guess it wouldn't leave hoof prints, but you can see like trails of dirt kind of like leading out. And one of the other plants is just like, "Oh, thank you. He's so mean. I seen little spirit.
You've seen him? Where did he go?
He went out. He left.
I see the
He
traces.
saw that big plant and ran away." And it's like a big sunflower, like.
Oh, so precious.
Thank you, sunflower.
Oh, you're welcome, pony.
I give a
Like
little
nods.
bro hoof bot on the leaf. They go past.
Yeah, it's just kind of
on
like
the
bonks you on the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I relay that I see the
Little
trails
trail.
going out. Yeah.
perfect.
Cool.
So yeah, this you leave as this big plant is just like this big strands of bubblegum stick into its mouth.
Rest in peace.
Gum
You're
out
a
completely.
monster.
Well, my bad.
So yeah, you unfortunately it seems that little Stutterheart was here, but then quickly ran off somewhere else. Where would you like to go next?
Should we follow the trails?
Yes.
Yeah.
There is not much of a trail. Once it gets out of the greenhouse, the
Okay.
rain and everything else has kind of washed like the ground. You know, the
Can I
mud. There's
smell
no
it?
trails. You can try.
It's a spirit.
Yeah.
They
Give it a go.
notoriously have a
I mean,
distinct
I was
smell.
going to say, why would
Why
you
wouldn't
not?
it? So
Yeah,
mind,
exactly.
Mind test.
Yes. The right die this time.
Okay.
2.
2. Smells like rain.
Yes. Yes, I can.
Smells
Yeah.
like grass.
Oh,
You can smell bubblegum.
delicious.
Pop.
Okay.
That's it.
This
So you
was a
can
bad
smell.
idea. Can I fly a little bit higher, see if I see anything at all? That's not.
Yeah, so you fly up really high.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the shape of the duck pond and the tool
Yep.
shed. But looking at the maze, there is a large statue in the middle of the maze
Okay.
of Princess Luna, one of the 2 princesses that look after all of Equestria. Princess Luna, you know very well because she is the mistress of night. She looks after nighttime.
Your idol.
And she keeps very much an eye on all of that. And you can see that she's holding up a silver lantern with purple gemstones. But it's not a statue, it's an actual physical lantern. And there's a small inscription on the statue.
Okay. I think I think we should go to the maze because there's just a very, very pretty statue of sorry. It's Princess Luna. She's just so cute. I just can't.
We don't have time to be looking at idols.
No, but she's
It's a-
holding something, and there's an inscription, and I need to get closer to see if I
Okay.
can see her. Obviously, I'm gonna keep flying. I'm gonna guide you through the maze so you don't get
Oh,
get-
thank you.
Oh, good thinking.
Yeah.
nighttime smarts here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna guide you through the maze.
So with Honeymoon's help, literally because you've got great night vision
Yep.
as well, like you can see really well at night, you can just guide them through the maze.
Yeah.
Without any trouble, you just
Thank
fly
you,
over,
friend.
guide them through the maze, and when you get to the statue, you can see it is this wonderful statue of Princess Luna, kind of posed quite regally, holding aloft a lantern, and around the base of the statue there is an inscription, and it reads, "When friendship is given, even lightly, magic will shine ever so brightly."
I think those are friendship gems, stone things in the lancet thing. I think like this. They're
You
nice
don't
and
have any
purple and
physical
sparkly,
things, yeah.
okay?
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
yes, that's what you see.
I'm not entirely sure we should just get them, but it's good to know they're here. I mean, I don't know. You can try.
Yeah, the gems, you don't have physical friendship tokens. Those are just
No, I know,
representative
I know,
of the
I know,
magic
I know.
of friendship.
Yeah.
The lantern is kind of like hooked in her hoof. It seems to be attached. You're not quite sure how, though. It just
Oh.
seems to be sort of stuck to her hoof somehow.
Can I check closely
Yeah.
to see if I can figure out how it's...
yeah, you look at it, and between you and Lilypod, Lilypod's knowledge of magic,
Yeah.
you suspect that Princess Luna, being a royal princess, she once wielded the powers of the elements of harmony. You've all heard the stories that when these elements come together, when the magic of friendship is thing, it can do wonderful things. You suspect that if a group of friends were to kind of show their friendship before the lantern, it might come loose.
You guys are my best friends.
Oh, you're the best. I love you guys so much.
Mechanically, you would have to all give up one friendship token.
I'm okay with that.
Or I will say that if one of you wants to put in more than the other ones, you
I
can do
put
that.
2, and you
I
don't
only
have
got
to.
2 left.
Okay.
I've only got 1 left.
It's okay. I'll put 2 of mine.
Okay,
Oh.
so two,
Yes.
and then 1.
Oh, thank you.
So,
friend.
when you do this, and in fact, so when you do this, you kind of all join together, you have a big hug, and there is a kind of, you feel like a little tingle of magic, like a little pulse of magic, and you hear the lantern drop onto the grass. It just,
Oh.
Good catch.
you're going to catch it?
I can try. Ooh.
Oh.
So, this lantern, it's beautiful silver lantern covered in moonstones, and it shines with magic, and you can tell that it can, basically, it can dispel and defend against evil magic,
Okay.
basically.
It,
And it shines with a magical light.
I'm afraid this is. It says when a pony holds this lantern, and I can't hold it because I'm just a small horse. So, would any of you like this?
Yeah, I'll help take it. Small
See,
horse
as you
friend.
give up a precious item from Princess Luna, I think that you would definitely have one of those.
Oh.
Because you give up something of your idol, I think,
Yes.
giving that
And
up to
defending
another
of
pony. So basically, the light from it will help dispel evil magic. It
Well, you
seems.
wrote dark magic. It looks like it says dank magic.
It can also dispel dank magic. It's very good at dispelling memes.
Awesome.
And there's almost the lantern, when it falls, the light seems to shine towards the duck pond.
Oh.
okay.
Maybe it's a sign. We should head over there.
So you're going to guide them
I
out of the
fly
maze
So we
above
gallop-
them in
and
case,
make
yes.
your way over to
Yeah.
the duck pond. The duck pond it would normally be quite a little scenic little pond, little reeds sticking out. There's a few benches here and there. But when you arrive, you hear the sound of sobbing, like a little colt, kind of like
Oh.
like crying, just whimpering. And when you start exploring it, you can see that kind of tucked under one of these benches is this ever so slightly faint, sort of semi-transparent figure of Stutterheart, this kind of spinny little guy with a little cutie mark of a little nervous heart. And he just kind of is just like, who are you?
We've been looking for you everywhere. Your dad's so worried about you. Are
He's
you
just-
all right?
He's like, no, my friend tried to help me and I ran away when she needed my help. And he's like crying a little bit, and you can see, obviously, tears aren't coming because he's a ghost.
Yeah.
Or he's like a spirit at this point. He's just like, no, she tried to help me and I just ran away after this. And he's just like, sort of like sobbing. As you're listening to him, you hear a rustle coming from the reeds in the duck pond, and then a very angry
As they do.
and emerging from the reeds are 4 dire ducks.
Oh, snap.
Big angry ducks with like fanged bills,
God.
little red eyes, like angry, like frowny faces, and they come stomping towards the 3 of you, battering their wings like swans, doing that thing swans do. Like,
I do the same in front of them.
oh, okay. Do you want to? Why don't you make a charm check for me?
Yes.
See if you can scare them.
Asserting your dominance.
Nice.
Okay, so one of them is kind of like backs off, but the others are like and there's 2 coming for you, and then there's one which is just kind of angrily exchanging with you, and then one of them is like
Okay. I'm just making sure they don't get to the little boy.
okay, yeah. So you're trying to protect Stutterheart. Okay. What would the 2 of you like to do?
Good old bubblegum goodness.
Okay, what are you going to try and do with
So
it?
maybe if I could like try and turn it to a long stringy rope type thing
Yeah.
and try and like wrap it round him like a lasso.
Okay, so you kind of like chew it, then get one half in one hoof,
Yeah, go,
stretch it out, and then
Yeah.
okay, yeah, perfect. That would be body plus your bubblegum die. Just realised. Oh, there's my D10.
4 and 1.
Okay, so you try and wedge them to it, but these ducks are quite nimble and they kind of duck under the lasso and they come
They
storming at you. Yeah, they come storming at you and they're going to try and bite you with their jagged bill. So if you just roll body for me, just the body die.
9.
9. So you manage to leap out of the way as this like angry bill like wah, 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 as it comes storming towards you, and you actually position it in a way that you manage to kind of push over one of the benches, and it kind of forms like a barrier between you and this dire duck, and it's like has to now go the long way round. Lilypod, what would you like to do as one of these dire ducks comes?
What items do you have?
I would like to. Can I throw out some seeds and grow a barrier? Like grow some.
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, so give me
vines?
a blossoming dice.
Okay. Oh wait, D8. Hang on.
Blossoming dice.
Yeah, like her growing her talent.
Oh.
Yeah, her talent die.
2.
2. So you throw these seeds and you're like, come on little buddies. And just like these little tiny like daisies grow, and the ducks are just like and it just stomps all over them and stuff like that.
Did your best. Oh dear.
They're like, sorry. And yeah, this dire duck comes after you. So you're going to need to make a body test for me,
Oh, good.
please. Oh, good. Oh, good.
Good for you.
4.
Okay, unfortunately, this dire duck gives you a nasty nip on the hoof for 3 points of stamina. As it nips on your hoof.
It's just a flesh wound.
And you can see that these dire ducks seem very angry. They're obviously very perturbed that you've come near their pond.
Okay.
The last one, who is kind of
Yeah.
like scouting you out, he's going to rush towards you
Okay.
and try and bite you as well. So you're going to give me a body roll.
Yes, I shall. Please. 4.
Okay, so do you want to roll fly? Are you going to try and fly away, or are you just going to try and
Yes,
dodge
yeah,
out?
I'm
Okay.
gonna do that.
It would
Yes.
make sense as a Pegasus that you would try
Absolutely.
and fly away.
Totally
2.
a plan all
2.
along.
So you go to fly up, but then you kind of realise that would leave Stutterheart, and you wanted to
Yeah.
protect him. So you kind of you're not sure, and then the dying duck just gives a really badly nip, and you're going to take 5 points of damage.
Oh my goodness!
And he actually kind of
do this
he
map.
pulls you down a little bit, like wah.
Can I do another bubblegum tactic?
Well, yeah, it's basically like we'll go around and everybody takes a turn.
Gotta stop him.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only way I can think.
Is it possible to kind of make a blanket instead? Just to
Yeah, you can try.
get them like stuck to the ground or something?
Yep, sure. So
So
bubblegum.
body and a talent.
Yep. Yeah, your bubblegum talent.
Ooh. 6 and 2.
Okay, so this one you managed to stick. So one of them is currently being scared off by Honeymoon, who kind of like got big and asserted dominance. You now managed to trap one of them under your kind of blanket of bubblegum, and it can see it's like this bubblegum stuck in its wings and feathers. It's just like cruising around, unable to do anything, which leaves 2 more. What would either of you two like to do?
I would like to shout at the others to grab Stutterheart and just make their way back as I distract the rest of the ducks.
Okay.
Cool.
Just get the boy out!
I gallop limp over to Stutterheart and kind of.
Your hoofs go right through him.
Oh no!
He like looks. He's like, I'm a ghost.
Can I stand over him then and like lower my horn and just be like, I'm
you
gonna
can see
protect
that
you?
like he's kind of like he's still like kind of sat down. He's just like, no, now more ponies are getting hurt because of me. He's like, he's a bit of a crybaby.
Hey, you can't get hurt if they can't touch you.
He's like, I guess that's true, but. And he's just he's unsure. So you're gonna just try and protect him.
I'm gonna just like stand over him and like be like, don't come near me.
Okay, so one of them will come after the lily pod. So give me a body to try and sort of like block away.
Okay. 2.
Okay, that's going to be 4 points of stamina as this dying duck barges into you and knocks you to the ground.
Okay.
And starts like stomping on your like body with its like webbed feet, and it's like slapping water all in your face.
Oh.
And it's just like really
Rude.
quite stressful. And then Honeymoon, what would you like to do? You're going to just try and lure them away.
Yeah.
So I think that would probably be a charm test to try and get their attention.
Oh, okay. Please.
5.
Okay.
I like
Dying ducks aren't particularly smart. The 2 remaining turn away from Lilypod and the one that was going up, and they're like looking up and they're like, and they're now trying to chase you, and they actually take off and start flying themselves.
Yeah, I just
so you're going to zoom
drive
off
them away
basically.
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to give me a fly test. So you're going to use your fly dice.
Okay, D8.
Dying ducks aren't as
5.
good at flying. Okay, so you swoop in, and knowing that the Everfree Forest is nearby, you actually lead them into the Everfree Forest, and you start weaving between the trees. And one of the ducks, Return of the Jedi style, goes straight into a tree, like gets its head stuck through a
Blows
knot,
up.
like,
Yep.
like, it gets stuck. Give me another fly test as you try and lose the other one.
Oh, 1.
Okay, so this time, you try and do that, and you turn your head back to see it, and then as you turn around, there's a branch, and it sends you plummeting down to the ground. And the 2 of you see just barely in the darkness as the last light is fading, and the moon is rising. You watch as Honeymoon goes into the.
No, we need to go help her.